Welcome to July, everybody. I am Citrine, and we're going to talk today about what's going on in astrology for the month of July. Okay, I don't know about where you are located, but it is hot here in the Atlanta area, and I believe some cities have had record highs across the country. So we start the month off with a square. We have Mars in a square to Pluto. Okay. Mars, the planet of action, is going to be in a challenging position to Pluto, the planet of transformation. So, as above, so below. As above, Mars is in a square to Pluto. So below, we're going to feel the challenge. A lot of us are really going to feel the challenge, especially those of us who have Mars as the ruler of our charts, or those of us who are fire signs. Fire signs might feel it a little bit more. So, what's going on is that Mars wants to take action while Pluto wants to transform something. Remember, Mars always wants to take action about something. Pluto always wants to transform. And when they're in a challenging connection to one another, it's going to be a bit of a restructuring that needs to happen around the beginning of the month. So just prepare yourselves. And again, if anyone would like a chart review, just contact me. Contact me right there, metaphysicalmoonlighters.com. You can also get daily screenshot messages free on my website as well. Now, that's July 1st. That's Friday, July 1st. Saturday, July 2nd, we have a nice trine. We have Mercury in a trine to Saturn. And remember, Saturn is retrograde right now. So that's going to be a pretty pleasant day. That's going to be a day where communications tend to flow. It's like you say what you mean, people get what you're saying. You will tend to do the right thing and say the right thing to get your point across on that day. Now, that's the first week, July 1st and July 2nd. Now, moving on to July 3rd through the 9th. On the 5th, we have a nice sextile. We have Mercury in a sextile to Mars. This converts to your thoughts are going to transform into action very easily. Your thoughts and actions are going to be like a seamless flow around the 5th of the month. And remember, this is happening in different areas based on your rising sign. Okay. So, someone with a rising sign of Cancer, this is going to affect you differently than someone with a rising sign of Leo. Okay. So, you have to look in your chart and see where this energy is happening for you. Okay. That's on the 5th. Now, on the 9th, we do have a square. We have Mercury in a square to Jupiter. Mercury, the planet of communication, is in a square to the planet of expansion. This means that you might have some ideas that you're thinking about expanding, and the challenge is going to be that Mercury is going to be the Mercury in you is going to be thinking of things that need correction. The Mercury in you might be looking at the small details, okay? Whereas the Jupiter in you just wants to expand. So that's where the challenge comes in at. Mercury just wants to expand. It doesn't care how it happens, it just wants to expand. While the Mercury in Jupiter just wants to expand. Sorry, Jupiter just wants to expand at all costs. Mercury wants to understand and wants to make sure that everything is communicated in the proper way, that every detail is checked. Okay, so that is going to be a challenge for some of us around the 9th. We might have dreams and goals that we want to expand upon, but the challenge is going to be we're going to be thinking to ourselves, hey, I want to expand this, but I need to take certain steps first. So, for a lot of people, that is going to be a challenge to kind of backtrack and make sure that you have a proper plan in place. Now, on July 10th, we're moving on to the week of July 10th. So, on July 10th, we have the sun in a sextile to Uranus. So, this can pretty much be a great day. Um, Uranus is the planet of surprise, okay? And the sun is going to be shining its light and kind of like supporting whatever surprises Uranus is bringing to us. So that's going to be a pretty great day. Now, on Wednesday, July 13th, we have a lot of things happening. We have the full moon in Capricorn happening. We also have Venus in a trine to Saturn. Now, also on that day, we have Mercury in a sextile to Uranus. So, pretty much, this full moon is going to be one where some people are going to be surprised at what they can complete around this full moon. You might have been working on something and it might finally come to a completion around the full moon in Capricorn. And remember, whenever you're dealing with the full moons and the new moons, this full moon in Capricorn, whatever you started at the last new moon in Capricorn, you should see some type of culmination of whatever intention you set back then, when we had the new moon in Capricorn. So this full moon in Capricorn for a lot of people is going to be a culmination of the intentions you set months and months ago at the new moon in Capricorn. Okay. So overall, this full moon, it seems like it's going to be a pretty chilled, pretty industrious. A lot of people are going to feel like they're accomplishing some things at this full moon. Now, that's on a Wednesday. On Thursday, the 14th, we have Venus in a square to Neptune. Okay. And at the time, Venus is going to be in Gemini, Neptune is in Pisces. So, what's going to be happening is Venus, the planet of love, is going to be in a square to Neptune. So, for a lot of people, this is going to be focusing on things you want to see happen in your relationships. Venus, and I think, is Neptune retrograde at this point? I'll have to check. But anyway, Venus, the planet of love and stability, is kind of like going to be approaching Neptune with a no nonsense attitude. Yes, Venus wants love, Venus wants stability, but Venus is not, at this point in the month, Venus is not trying to have the rose colored glasses on about love. So, the challenge for a lot of people is going to be bringing those fantasies you have about love into reality, okay? And coming to a realization that, hey, this is what it is in this relationship, okay? A lot of times when Venus is like in a conjunction with Neptune or even in a sextile with Neptune, you tend to fantasize about love and idealize love. But when Venus is in a square to Neptune, it's like the rose colored glasses are off and Venus is laying um everything on the line. So you might come to a point in your relationship where you're like, you know what? This is what I want in this relationship. This is what I want to happen. Okay, so that's going to be a challenge for a lot of people, especially people who are in committed relationships. Now, if you're single, you are going to be kind of like creating your list of what you will tolerate, won't tolerate in a relationship, what you're going to bring to the table in a relationship, and things like that. So, for a lot of people, that can be a challenge. If you're single, it can be a challenge for you to sit down and really think about what do I want in a relationship. Okay, so that's on the 14th. That's a square on the 14th, which is great because that's the only square during that week. Now, on Saturday, the 16th, we have the Sun in a conjunction to Mercury. This is going to be a great day to get a lot of things accomplished. Anything requiring concentration or attention to detail, Saturday, July 16th, is going to be a great day. And remember, you have to look in your chart and see how this is actually affecting you. Because even though this is a great aspect, you could have something happening in your chart that opposes this aspect. Okay, so that's why if you have any questions, you can always request a reading on my website, metaphysicalmoonlighters.com, because this is a general overview of what is happening with the planets. Okay, and it's affecting everyone in a different way based on what is going on in your chart. Okay, but as astrologers, we like to get information out to the public. So a lot of times when we talk in general terms, okay? We would have to actually be looking in your chart to tell you exactly how this will affect you. But for the sake of putting information out there to kind of like get people thinking about astrology and get people um, realizing that the planets do affect us. Astrologers, we put out these videos to get the word out about astrology. 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute. Sorry about that. I am not going to even edit that out, okay? Because it takes time to make these videos. So I'm not, I mean, anyway, let's get back to what's going on. So we're on July 17th through the 23rd. July 17th is a Sunday, and it's going to be a really great day because we have Mercury and the Sun in a trine to Neptune. So your thoughts, your actions are going to be in line with your dreams. A lot of people are going to feel like they're like riding the cosmic wave. And the cosmic wave is all about the idea that you can put in the work, and after you put in the work, it's all about riding the wave, letting the universe bring you what you've been working on. So Sunday, the 17th, is going to be a great day. Now, on the 18th, we have an opposition. We have Mercury in an opposition to Pluto. Remember, Mercury is the great communicator. Mercury wants to communicate. Mercury wants to work with the hands. Mercury is also the comedian of the zodiac as well. So Mercury is going to be in an opposition to Pluto. Pluto is a planet of transformation, remember. So Pluto is going to be trying to transform something. Pluto is going to be trying to turn something over, make some things happen. And Mercury is going to be like, I don't think so. We need to think about this. So Mercury is going to be in a direct opposition to whatever Pluto is trying to put in motion. Okay, so look in your chart and see, where is Pluto in your chart? What is Pluto trying to transform in your life? And you will see that Mercury is in a direct opposition to that. Okay, now on the 19th, we have Chiron going retrograde. We have Mercury moving into Leo on the same day. So Leo season is like just around the corner, okay? Mercury is starting it off. So that's on the 19th. Let's see what else. On the 22nd, hey, it's Leo season. We have the sun moving into Leo on the 22nd. It will officially be Leo season. Happy birthday to all the Leos out there. That's on the 22nd. And then we have a great day on Saturday, the 23rd, because we have Mercury in a trine to Jupiter. Now, if you remember, if you recall earlier in this month of July, on July 9th, Mercury was in a square to Jupiter. So now fast forward to the 23rd, and Mercury and Jupiter, they've had their meetings, they have squashed all of their differences, and now they're in a trine by July 23rd. So that's going to be a great day because all of your visions, your goals, the things you're working on, Mercury and Jupiter are in a nice connection to one another. Mercury is assisting Jupiter in expanding your goals. Jupiter is listening to Mercury um, when Mercury is telling Jupiter to make changes or pay attention to details and things of that nature. So everything is coming together nicely by July 23rd. So on the week of July 24th, we're on the week of July 24th now. So we have Venus in a square to Jupiter, excuse me, on the 25th. So just be prepared. The week of July 24th, there might be a lot of things that a lot of people are dealing with because we have Venus in a square to Jupiter on the 25th. On Tuesday, the 26th, we have Mercury in a square to Mars. We have the moon going into Leo on July 28th. And when the moon is in Leo, people can be dramatic. Okay, just think about it. Think about what Leo can represent. Okay, and not only that, this week we have the new moon in Leo. Okay, and we have, excuse me, we have Jupiter going retrograde as well that week. Excuse me, and then to end the week off, We have Mercury in a square to Uranus. So the week of July 24th, everybody just be patient. That's what I can say about that. Be patient because we have a lot of squares going on. We have the moon in Leo. We have Jupiter going retrograde. So Jupiter's not trying to expand anything while it's retrograde. I mean, things can still be expanded when Jupiter's retrograde, but Jupiter is not trying too much when it's retrograde. But we have Mercury in a square to Mars on that Tuesday, Mercury in a square to Uranus. So Mercury is kind of like taking the place of Saturn almost. The week of July 24th. Because remember, Saturn is retrograde, so Saturn is not trying to do too much. When planets are retrograde, they're not trying to do too much. So when you look at the squares that are happening the week of July 24th, you can see that it's almost like Mercury is taking the place of Saturn, okay? In a way, so to speak. Now, on July 31st, we have an opposition. We have Mercury in an opposition to Saturn, and then we have a nice aspect. We have the Sun in a trine to Jupiter. This is on the last day of the month. So the last day of the month is going to be a mixed bag, okay? Um, so just prepare for that. But overall, it is going to be a great month of July. Again, visit my website if you would like a reading or a more detailed explanation of how this affects you, how all of this information will affect you on a personal level. Visit my website. But everybody, enjoy your month and thanks so much for watching.